Portal might just be the perfect video game. Its core mechanic is fascinating, and it's built upon in so many interesting ways throughout its short playtime. The atmosphere is eerie and isolating. The dialogue from AI villain GLaDOS is menacing, yet sharp and witty. It's such an incredible game. Over a decade later, I'm surprised more titles didn't try to capitalise on its success. Games like Antechamber and The Witness capture Portal's puzzle formula well enough, and the Stanley Parable definitely has that self-aware humour. Nothing's really scratched that Portal itch for a long while. Not until Superliminal. Superliminal is all about perspective. The main mechanic sees you manipulating objects based on your perspective of them. At its simplest, you'll be changing the size of objects to create makeshift steps, or you'll be lining up images to make an object appear in front of you. But the magic lies in how the game twists this core concept, forcing you to look at the world in a whole different way. Rather than just changing the size of objects though, you'll be manipulating doorways, your character shrinking or growing depending on the size of the door you're walking through. The concept is shifted, moulded, expanded upon time and time again throughout the short playtime. As expected for a game like this, the puzzles are best experienced firsthand. I was constantly surprised by Superliminal, and its ability to keep introducing new ideas that build upon its core concept. Too many indie puzzle games present interesting ideas, mechanics and puzzles without a meaningful narrative. Other games have the opposite problem, where solid writing is left feeling empty without the gameplay to back it up. While Superliminal puts its puzzles front and centre, it far from abandons narrative in the process. The story it tells is mysterious, funny and thought-provoking, even if it is a little on the nose at times. You're taking part in some sort of dream therapy, going deeper into your own dreams, further down the rabbit hole every time you wake up. A psychologist will occasionally chime in, telling you that everything's fine, while an AI voice keeps telling you everything's very much not fine, and you're going to be trapped in your dreams forever. Superliminal is nowhere near as sharp as something like Portal, but that's a high bar to aim for. What's on offer here is a lot of fun, and wrapped up in a neat little package.
Your decisions imply a failure of orientation, which reflects negatively on the standard orientation protocol. You will rectify this failure immediately.
Little is the name of the game. You'll be hard pressed to spend more than a few hours on a single playthrough. There are some achievements to come back for, like speedrunning the game in less than 30 minutes, but that's absolutely not something I'm going to do. For me, Superliminal was the perfect length. The game experimented with its core mechanic in surprising ways, and it left before it outstayed its welcome. Performance definitely takes a hit though, at least on the Nintendo Switch version that I played. While it didn't affect the slower paced gameplay too much, it was still disappointing seeing fairly frequent frame drops. I also managed to break the game. After going wrong on a puzzle, I ended up tiny, and the only thing I could do was walk backwards through the entire level. And when you're tiny, you move so slowly. Eventually, I got to the point where I couldn't even move. There is always the option to reset to the last checkpoint. It's a good job too, otherwise me and Superliminal might be having words. If you value games by the hours you get from them, you might want to wait for a sale before picking Superliminal up. But don't let its short playtime deceive you. Despite a few minor issues, its unique perspective-based puzzles will stick with you long after the 3 hours it takes to see the credits roll. 4 out of 5. Superliminal is a must-play for puzzle fans. Hey, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'm still very new to this, so if you liked what you saw, leaving a like, a comment, or even subscribing would help me out a lot. I'll have more videos coming at some point too, so look out for those. See ya!